Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure to be back.
Today we're going to be looking at, South Korea,
Yeah.
and they kind of hit this pretty major milestone demographically.
Right.
They are officially what is called a super-aged society.
Yeah, they are.
So we're going to dig into what exactly that means, what it means for South Korea,
Yes.
what it means for the world, and what it could mean for all of us listening.
Absolutely.
So first up, just to set the stage here,
Right.
the stats are kind of startling.
Yeah.
1 in 5 people in South Korea
Wow.
are now 65 or older,
Yeah, that's a big number.
and actually a slightly higher percentage of those are women.
It is interesting, right? We
Yeah.
see that a lot in a lot of different countries, but
So can we back up for a second?
Yeah.
For those of us who maybe, haven't been following this as closely,
right.
what does super aged actually mean?
Yeah, so it's a classification
Okay.
that the UN uses. And basically it means that 20% or more of the population is 65 or older. To put that in context.
Yeah.
Like an aging society, which is kind of the first step. That's 7% or more.
Okay.
And then you've got like an aged society, which is 14% or more.
Gotcha.
So South Korea is really in like a new demographic territory here.
It feels like this is a part of a bigger trend, though, right?
Absolutely.
Like globally, we're just seeing people live longer.
Yeah. I mean, the UN predicts that by 2050, the number of people 65 and older worldwide
Wow.
will be double
That's incredible.
the number of children under 5.
That's a huge shift.
It's a massive shift, and it's happening relatively quickly.
Yeah.
By 2030, the World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 6 people globally
Wow.
will be 60 or older.
Okay, and this is only, 6 years away, right?
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is coming out as fast.
Yeah, and then there's another projection. That really just kind of stood out to me when I was looking at this. By 2050,
Yeah.
the number of people 80 or older is expected to triple.
Triple. Yeah.
What does that,
That's a big one.
what does that even mean for, healthcare systems?
Right.
Like,
Economies.
economies, exactly.
Yeah.
Just even the way we think about designing our cities.
You got it.
Like, how do we prepare for that?
Yeah, it's a complex question, right?
Yeah.
It's not one that has a simple answer.
Right.
But I mean, think about it for a second, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the increased demand for healthcare services.
Right.
Right?
Makes sense.
And then on top of that, you've got this potential for labor shortages
Yeah.
as these younger generations start to shrink.
That's right.
And then just the infrastructure itself, right? Like,
Yeah.
how do you build cities
Right.
for a population that is aging so rapidly?
Right.
And then it's not just the kind of physical implications, right?
Yeah.
It's social changes too.
Yeah.
So like, how do families and communities evolve in a society with such a large elderly population?
Those are really good questions.
Right.
So, zooming in on South Korea,
Yeah.
are we seeing this happen
Right.
evenly across the country?
So that's a great question. And the answer is no,
Okay.
not really. So for example, South Yola province,
Right.
they actually have the highest percentage of people 65 and older,
Interesting.
while Sejong City has the lowest.
Okay.
Seoul kind of falls somewhere in between.
Okay.
So it's interesting, right? Because from a policy perspective,
Yeah.
you can't just have a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
Different regions are going to need different strategies to
Right.
address, the needs and the opportunities.
That's so fascinating.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we've been talking about this as if it's this big sudden change.
Right.
But this has been happening gradually, right?
It has,
Yeah.
yeah. And South Korea's population has been aging steadily for years.
Yeah, and this is what brings us back, I think, to the larger point.
Right.
Like, this isn't just a South Korean story.
No, this is global.
This is a global trend.
Absolutely. And I think for all of us, whether you're, a
Right.
policymaker,
Right.
whether you are a business leader, whether you are a student,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Understanding these dynamics of an aging population,
Right.
both the challenges and the opportunities that come with it,
Right.
that is crucial.
So just to kind of bring it all back together,
Yeah.
we've looked at, South Korea
Yeah. Yeah.
transitioning into this super aged society
Right.
and how this really is a part of this bigger trend
Absolutely.
globally of an aging population.
You got it.
And it seems pretty clear that these demographic shifts are going to have huge impacts on societies
They are going to be huge. Yeah.
all over the world.
And it brings up a lot of questions, right?
It does.
Like, how do we
Yeah.
create the right environments for older generations?
Right.
How do we make sure that they're supported that they're included.
Right.
How do we adapt
Yeah.
our economies and our social structures to thrive in this new reality?
It's a lot to think about.
It is a lot to think about.
And that's what we like to do here on the Deep Dive.
Absolutely.
So hopefully this has given everyone listening, something to chew on.
Yeah.
If you liked what you heard today, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We've got tons more explorations coming up.
We do.
Into all the trends that are shaping our world.
We'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.
Bye.